Hi everyone, it's Sandie Martins-Toner, Sapphire Elite with the Jeunesse Jet Setters. Welcome to our second Google Hangout, and I am thrilled to be here tonight. We have an incredible lineup of guests coming on the show tonight, and I am excited that not only is one of them my personal upline, but a very, very good friend of mine now, Miss Becky Hurley. And we have joining us all the way from Australia, Ms. Ellen Williams, who has the most inspiring story to share with us tonight. In fact, she was so eager to be on our show, she came on yesterday. Then we have our beautiful and my personal downline, my Sapphire, Amy Chason, with our product spotlight tonight, and she's going to be spotlighting some other products from our Zen Body line. So be sure to stay tuned for the entire show because we've got lots to share with you. So if you didn't get a chance to watch the UK show Hangout yesterday that Kathleen Ray did, that she had on yesterday at noon, please be sure to go back and watch that recording, and you'll find that on the J Factor team page. Samantha O'Connor from the United Kingdom came on, as well as myself, and we shared some amazing tips and ideas to keep your business fresh and always, trying to make sure that you've got all the tools and resources that you need to build your business. So be sure to take a look at the Google Hangout from yesterday with Kathleen Ray, and be sure to add Samantha O'Connor on your friends list as well. So there are a few things I'd like to tell you about that are happening in the world of Jeunesse, but the first thing I'd like to do is acknowledge the new jet setter that joined our team this week. A huge welcome to Kat Dunn. Welcome to the Jet Setters. We hope that you will be duplicating fast, and if you need help in doing so, be sure to reach out to your uplines. We're here to help you get to executive. I'd love to send out a huge congratulations to Helen Wang, who just went executive yesterday. We're all thrilled that you have done it, and you've done it before November 15th, so you have not only become executive, but you've also earned that $50 incentive bonus that's happening right now. If you haven't been on our page and haven't heard about the new promotion that's happening right now, straight through until December 31st. It's the year-end promo. So if you become an executive by November 15th, you will earn $50. And you can also, you don't just get to participate in one of those, you can actually earn all 4 incentives. So from distributor to executive, executive to Jade, Jade to Pearl, and Pearl to Sapphire. There are thousands of dollars that Jeunesse Global wants you to earn in the next 2 months. You have so much time to do that, so be sure to reach out to us so we can show you exactly what you need to do to achieve those incentives. And don't forget that there is an allotted PGV points that goes with each of those incentives to be able to earn that prize. So let's get to work, girls, and let's make this happen. As you all know, the Convention of the Americas is happening this week. So Becky and all of our upline, a lot of us, or a lot of Canadians, are flying out, actually people from all over the globe, to Orlando tomorrow for this incredible convention. So please, first of all, if you're not going to be there, listen up for the packages that are going to be coming out from Orlando. These are going to be some great packages with great products that you can purchase to use to build volume in your team and to try and earn that incentive trip. Also, I've heard that there may be some new product coming out of this convention in Orlando, so keep your eyes and ears open. You might just see some new product coming out in our Luminous skincare line. So the first person I would love to introduce this evening is Ms. Ellen Williams. She is a stay-at-home mom who, just like myself, was very new to this industry. She's only been in the industry for 3 years. She's now a Sapphire Elite. I had the privilege of meeting Ellen in Singapore with Becky. We had a fun day at Universal Studios in Singapore, and something happened that day, and I have to, I didn't realize it until I got home, but I don't know if you ladies remember, but there were some really scary roller coasters that we went on when we were in Singapore. And it was so out of the ordinary for me. And I realized that day that I pushed myself beyond my own limits and went on these roller coasters. And I know that that might be insignificant for some people, but that pushed me over a limit. And it made me realize that no matter how afraid I was to get on that roller coaster, and no matter how much fear, and I might have kept my eyes closed the entire time, but I did it, and I pushed the boundaries of that fear, of that comfort zone that I had. And you can apply that to this, to your business today, that if you just leave that comfort zone and push those boundaries, you can achieve greatness. So just know that analogy for me was me getting on those roller coasters. So again, please help me welcome this lovely young lady who has built her business part-time from home. She's now a member of the Jeunesse Millionaires Club, and I had to actually go and ask exactly what that was. But I am so proud to have her. Her story is inspiring, and I can't wait for you to hear it. Welcome to the show, Ellen.
Thank you, Sandie. Thank you for that beautiful introduction as well. And I'm very grateful to firstly be here as your guest speaker. And I'm also very grateful to have crossed your path in Singapore. And, obviously, Becky and I bumped into each other at breakfast, and one thing led to another. And sometimes, we click with people, and then through meeting Becky, I got to meet you and Dave, and it's just another beautiful thing that this industry, I suppose, showers us with or delivers, is just having beautiful people in our lives and making amazing friendships. So thank you. So my story, my Jeunesse story. So I, as you said, yes, I was a stay-at-home mum. I began my Jeunesse journey just over 3 years ago. I have two very close children in age. My two girls are 11 months apart in age, and I was in a situation where I was at home and I financially had to return back into the workforce. Direct selling or network marketing was something that was really unfamiliar to me. Having grown up in a very, very traditional background, I'd grown up on a farm on 400 acres an hour from town, having very traditional parents. My parents I'd gone through and done all those traditional things in life. I'd gone to school. I went and began a hairdressing apprenticeship, and I was hairdressing for 15 years. And, I was really looking for something that I could do at home and around my children. So I began researching home-based business. As we all do, I went to Google and started, researching, and this thing called network marketing kept coming up, and immediately I was very closed to it because I suppose my upbringing was very traditional and my parents were very close to the network marketing industry. And I can even remember the conversation when I told my mum that I was looking at a network marketing company. She said, "I didn't bring you up that way." And I went, okay. However, there was something that just sparked an interest with me, and it was by complete chance. I was chatting to a guy on Facebook, and who ended up becoming my sponsor, and his name's Stephen Baker, and we started chatting, and it was through an amazing nutritional product that our conversation started happening. Because I had my two girls so close together in age, I put on 30 kilograms. So my eldest was 7 weeks old, and I was pregnant with my next daughter, and I put on a lot of weight during that time. So he was marketing a nutritional product that I'd actually heard him on the radio. So I went home and I looked him up on Facebook and I added him as a friend. And it was at that point in time when he and a group of guys, Australian guys, were flown out to Orlando to meet Wendy and Randy and to meet the doctors. It was right at that time that he'd actually just got off the plane from going out to have a look at Jeunesse for the very first time. And, I do believe that things happen for a reason, and I do believe in timing. And it was at that point that he said, he was talking to me about my life and what I wanted out of my life, and he ended up, getting out of me that I was at that point looking for something to do at home for my children, around my children. And he said to me, look, would you just come and have dinner with me and hear about this? So I said, okay, no worries. So I actually went, I hopped in the car, and I met with this complete stranger who was a stranger to me, just a Facebook acquaintance. And I sat there, and I saw the excitement in him, and I heard about these amazing products. And, you know, Steve being very much a bloke's bloke, or a man's man, you know, didn't really go much into the products, but he was, you know, talking about stem cells, and he was talking about the timing of the opportunity and the timing of Jeunesse and what he saw. And, you know, as we know in the industry, we buy people. And I was just looking at him going, how could I not, you know, say yes to this? And the other thing that really sparked my interest was, you know, at that point in time, Steve was with a previous networking company, and he was making a part-time income of $30,000 a month residually. So he was walking away from that to start Jeunesse from scratch. And I thought to myself, do you know what, I'm just going to give this a go. So that was 3.5 years ago. I had never been in the world, as I said, of you know, self-employment. I was a very, believe it or not, a very, very shy person. I had a lot of stuff. You know, I had a lot of things that I found that over the past 3 years that this business has helped me face all my personal challenges and to break through, you know, the most incredible things and stuff that I didn't know that I had going on. It's really helped me personally, and it's also helped. I've also, you know, gone and done some personal development as well. So, you know, the industry for me has just been an incredible journey. Within 5 months of joining the business, we did pre-launch here in Australia. So I was part of I'm a co-founder with Jeunesse Australia, New Zealand, and it was really hard work. You know, 3 years ago, it was hard work trying to, you know, get the brand awareness out there, and having a company that we were shipping products in from Amsterdam and paying like $50 shipping on top of our products to try and build a business. I ended up getting and hitting Sapphire in 5.5 months pre-launch, and ended up qualifying for the trip to Hong Kong to, you know, the World Conference. And I ended up making the cutoff for our official launch here into Australia, which meant that I think I was the 12th Sapphire here in Australia. So I just made the cutoff the day before, and I got to go on a beautiful dinner cruise with Wendy and Randy and Scott and Isabella and Dr. G and Papa, and that was really, really special because I think there were 20 of us on that boat. It was really just incredible. For a girl who grew up on a farm and had, you know, a pretty ordinary life, you know, I think I'd been on a plane once before joining Jeunesse. I remember when I went home to my mum and said, I've won a trip to Hong Kong, and she's like, oh, no, you don't win things. What, you know, there's got to be more to this. And I said, no, all expenses paid trip to Hong Kong. So, you know, to be able to travel internationally, and since then having gone to, you know, I've been to Hong Kong, Pattaya, Macau. I went on the incentive trip to Dubai this year, which was the most, I've got goosebumps even thinking about it, the most incredible experience. Then going to Singapore, you know, already qualified for the Mediterranean cruise next year. And, you know, here in Australia we have a leadership retreat for Sapphires, so I already qualified for that. You know, this is like living a rock star life. You know, Jeunesse not only has given me, you know, that financial and personal growth, but, you know, the lifestyle that I have never even dreamt possible and to live. So, you know, I did really build my business part-time for a period of 18 months. And, you know, my girls were at kinder and doing their first years of school. And, you know, I have grown so much within myself. And I ended up really around just over 12 months ago, I was watching people in my team going through the ranks and doing better than me. And I really had to look at myself and think, what are they doing differently than I'm doing? Because they're, you know, they're doing amazingly well. And it was that shift in mindset that if I treat this like a part-time business. It's going to be a part-time business.
Yeah.
And my shift for me was, I'm going to treat this like a business, and I'm going to, you know, go all in with this. And it was when I had that mental shift that this magic started happening. You know, to be able to build my business part-time was already such a gift. However, having that mental shift for me, you know, saw me going from earning that part-time income, a couple $100, you know, a good couple $100 a week, you know, to earning that multiple, you know, 5-figure monthly income. That for someone like me, when I left school at 15 to be a hairdresser, the income that I've earned in the last 2 months has been more than I've earned in an entire year, and I'm doing far less work. It's just absolutely incredible. And you know, for me now, and I know that Sandie, you can really relate to this as well. It's to me now, being able to impact other people's lives, being able to see this business truly as a gift. And now that I get out of bed in the morning, you know, firstly, not having to worry about money is something that is, you know, is incredible in itself. But getting out of bed in the morning every morning and knowing that you are impacting and helping other people and changing other people's lives, that's what really gets me going. So when I work closely with anyone who works closely with me, one of the first steps that I get them to do is actually write down their why, and they have to send it to me. And I actually have copies of all my direct enrollments and anyone deep in my organisation that works one-on-one with me. And, you know, on those days, we all have great days and bad days, and on those days where I'm feeling a bit, you know, it's tough today, I get out their whys and I read their whys, and it's like fire in my belly, and it's just so rewarding. It's just incredible. So yeah, that's sort of in a nutshell, I suppose, my Jeunesse journey and my Jeunesse story. You know, the last 12 months have been incredible, and I suppose for anyone that is starting out, it really is, you know, really knowing and having faith in your team and the people who've walked the path before you. And just knowing, I trusted in my upline, and I trusted in, you know, being open to being coaching and being open. It's what we do isn't hard, but it's different. And if we do a whole heap of simple things over and over again, you know, it's really important not to reinvent the wheel or to overcomplicate things. And I was guilty of that myself, going, oh, there has to be a better way. And then it was when I suppose surrendered to just doing what I was told from my upline, was when, you know, I saw great results in my business. I also have, you know, now, and for anyone starting out, you know, you do put more time into your business than you're getting return to start with. And some days that can be really tough, and some days you think, oh, is this ever going to happen? But being consistent and having persistency and just hanging in there, you know, I can tell you, for someone who's never been in the industry before, that if you just keep doing those same simple steps, that this magic thing, residual income that we all hear about, it happens, and it's really real. And, you know, for an ordinary person like myself to be living such an extraordinary life and, you know, not to have to worry about money, you know, it's really, really amazing. So, yeah.
Thank you so much, Ellen. No, everything you say and have said is exactly how I've been feeling these past 10 months. And I mean, Becky is always reassuring us that we just have to be consistent and just, you know, listen to them and just hang in there. And we are, and I could not be happier. And I'm a lifer, so you ladies are stuck with me. But thank you again so much for being on our Hangout, and I look forward to being on your Hangout this week and sharing my story with your downline. And I look forward to many, many years of working together, Ellen. So thank you again.
You're welcome.
So our next lovely guest on our Hangout, of course, is my upline and my sponsor, and someone I hold very, very dear to my own heart, Ms. Becky Hurley, and she's going to talk to us a bit about how incredible video can be for your business. So help me welcome Becky Hurley.
My gosh, I can't believe I got to follow Ellen. Oh boy, Ellen, that was amazing. That got me excited because for somebody that's been in the industry for 20 years, sometimes you forget what it feels like back then, and of course that it makes everything exciting every day. So that was amazing. It was great to hear your story because we didn't get a lot of a chance to hear it while we were on those roller coasters, did we? So thank you, Sandie. I love you. And yeah, I just am so grateful and so thankful. And I love, Ellen, that you brought up that it's just doing those simple things every day. And yeah, at the same time, it's just over 3 years ago that we got started as well, and we're actually still in pre-launch here in Canada. We haven't even officially launched. We'll have our official launch in January, and those first couple of years when nobody knows about you, it's kind of fun to kind of be back in the shadows a little bit. But it was a bit like put it obviously over the last year, and kind of the sensation of Instantly Ageless that brought us out into the forefront, along with the timing of what was going on here in North America and around the world. But I'm not sure if a lot of people would have lasted those first couple of years. And I just want to give kudos, because I'm hoping that we're going to be able to share this. There are some people that have been with us right from day one that, and we just kept saying it's coming. Because when you see a company like Jeunesse that's doing the numbers that they're doing, because the products actually work, and we just knew that it was a matter of time, and it was so much fun when the momentum really kicked in. And Ellen, you probably feel the same way, because we were like, see, that was what we were telling you about, and I don't even think that we've seen the tip of the iceberg yet, really. Because of all the things that, I mean, we're just getting organized, really. And so every day I'm just so grateful and so thankful for all the amazing friends and all the amazing people that I get to hang out with, and the travel that we get to do together, and not just the people on our team, but just the whole culture of Jeunesse, and how much fun we're going to have now and how much fun we're going to have in the future. So thank you again, Ellen, so much for sharing. Thanks, Sandie, for putting these types of things together. You're an amazing leader, and you're just going to have such huge successes. So I do want to talk a little bit about the power of video. I think I'm one that can speak about how powerful a little video can be, and I still every day are like, oh, okay, should I make a video? What am I going to do it on? I think it's putting yourself out there and not really worrying they're going to identify with you, because you are totally made up, and I mean, you might if that's who you are, but just the power of being yourself on videos so that people relate with you. And so yesterday I was in my car, and just this inspiration came upon me. I'd just been to a photo shoot, so I looked half decent. And I thought, I am going to make a video. And we're not really supposed to be using our phones while we're driving here in Canada, but I propped it up, and while I was at a stoplight, I just hit the record button and started recording a little video for the team, first of all. Just a shout out to the team, to let them know some of the things that I had on my mind, and some of the realities that I think we need, like the phrase IPA has been used so much, because we've got these gals that are doing those Jump for Jade calls and those income producing activities, and sometimes we can just get wrapped up on the stuff that's not happening in our businesses, and looking for all the outside sources that are making it not happen. And what am I actually really doing? What does that mean? What isn't income producing? It goes down to, you gotta be putting people in front of yourself. And that's what I said on there. Like, you can have the most amazing system, the most amazing upline. You can have everything in place. Your desk can be perfect, everything in a row. Sometimes people get caught up on this. Gotta have everything perfect in my office, and gotta have a brand new calendar and looking all good and highlighted and this and that. But unless you're actually talking to anybody, none of that is going to make a hill of beans. If you actually saw what my office looked like here, you would wonder how I got it. It would drive. Oh, Sandie, I think, has an idea because she's seen my inbox. I am not organized. It's just the way that I roll. But somehow it works because I do the income producing activities, and that really is what the most important thing is. And I said on that video yesterday, you know what, the one thing that we can't help you meet every person that you're going to meet. You've got to bring somebody to the plate so that we can, the system that we have designed, which this Sunday coming up, we're going to have the brand new, not brand new, just a redesigned beautiful back office system for you guys to use. But if you don't have anybody looking at it, it doesn't matter how good the system is. Let's be honest. You've got to be doing something to fill the funnel. Whatever that is for you, you got to figure it out. I myself like to do about 70. I love online. I hate I got to be honest with you, I hate the phone. A lot of people don't even, I use this for texting, for looking at my Facebook, and for emails. I don't use it a whole lot for talking on. Very rarely do I answer it. I don't love talking on the phone. It's just me. And I think I was actually thinking about that yesterday. And it was because one of the first things that I ever did for a job was I worked as a telephone solicitor selling carpet cleaning. Ace Carpet Cleaning. Hi, it's Becky from Ace Carpet Cleaning. And then people would hang up on me or swear at me or do something. And I got this horrible phobia of being on the phone. But I've been successful in direct sales, and I've been successful at using the phone, but I would do anything to avoid making a cold call or getting on there. It's just not my favorite thing. So my way around that is I've always learned how to warm something up. I've always prepared people for my phone call, and it's really easy to do that online as well. You can warm somebody up for your phone call very, very easily, and then they're ready for it. And I'm telling you, another little, and it doesn't matter how 20 years I've been doing this. Oh my gosh, I got to make some phone calls, and I think about it all day long. Giving a couple little secrets away here that we're all the same. But once I get on there and I start making the calls, they're awesome. People, we conjure up these things in my mind. And one of the things I used to say when I was in direct sales and party plan, I mean, we had to get on the phone. There was no internet when I started. There was no other form of communication except getting on the phone, and there was no way that I was going to fill my calendar unless I did. And so I would always, at the parties, I would let people know, I'm going to be calling you, I'm going to be following up with you. But it's still all day long I would be thinking, okay, I told that person I was going to phone, but it's like, it's too early right now. I'm sure that they just got back from dropping the kids off at school, so I just better let them relax for a little while. And then around 11 o'clock, I'd think, well, they're probably really busy just kind of doing laundry and stuff. I don't want to bug them right now. And then lunchtime would come, and, well, they must be having lunch. Maybe the kids are home for lunch. They're too busy now. And I would just keep making these excuses all day long. And then finally at 9 o'clock, I'm like, oh, everybody's in bed. I can't possibly make any phone calls. And then I would relax from 9 p.m. to 9 a.m. I could relax and not feel guilty. And then 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. I would feel guilty all day long because I wasn't doing what I needed to be doing. Can anybody relate? That avoidance tactic. But it's the one thing that is going to make you the money. And you know what? I've actually never, except for when I worked at Ace Carpet Cleaning, I have never had anybody actually get mad at me for giving them a phone call. Most of the time, people are very happy to hear from me. And if you're a good person and you, I can't help you if you got a really crappy personality, and that's the one thing we can't train on, although there are people out there that can. I don't think anybody on here is like that. That was just a joke. But if you're a nice person, people are going to be nice back to you. And if they're not, then really you probably don't want to have them in your business anyways. You don't want to be doing business with them. But you do give them the benefit of the doubt, because you never know. People might have gotten into a fight right before then, and it just might not be a good time. So always make sure that you're asking people, have I got you an okay time if you're on the phone with them. But back to videos and back to kind of the power of being online. I like to do probably 70 to 80% of my interaction. I love doing online. I love meeting people on Facebook. And once you start getting, what I'm talking about, getting honey in the funnel, getting those leads in the tunnel, the prospects in the tunnel, think of in the funnel, think of it as an actual funnel, and think about if you just put a drop of honey in a funnel at a time, by the time you put the next drop in there, the first one's all dried up. It's already all used up. But if you continuously have a drop and a drop and a drop and a drop, just imagine you're going to have honey coming out the other side of the funnel, and that's your income. But unless you're doing it enough, you're just going to be frustrated all the time. So get yourself out of the way. Get some honey flowing through the funnel. And it may take you a little bit to get that going if you don't know anybody. What we traditionally find in this type of industry, and MLM, I love it was reminded me when you were talking, Ellen, at the beginning, Sandie had to keep asking David, what does MLM stand for again? She'd never done anything like this before and had such a great success because she's built up some integrity with people that she's known over the last few years. And so think about those types of people that you know from before. Where was I? So you got to keep the was I talking about that? Yeah, so just you may not have the people right now, so now you've got to figure out how you are going to start meeting the people, and there may be a little bit of time that you just have to be patient. Oh, that's what I was going to say. It's traditionally we find it's around 7 to 9, 10 months that people may have gone through their entire warm market, all the easy people to talk to. So they've either used the product, they've joined your business or whatever, but you haven't done the hard ones. And it's at that time that people are like, oh my gosh, is this for me? And then they got to weigh out, is their why big enough to keep them going to do the hard stuff, or is it easier just to pack it in? Then some other product comes along that you might see that somebody else is doing, and you think, oh, why don't I go and do that? Because then I can talk to all those easy people again. And it's just this cycle that will continue to, you will never, ever get to the point where you actually are very successful at something, and people are going to quit following you after a while because they're not going to take you seriously. They're not going to want to be on your team. I'm sorry, if you want to do retail sales, it might work, but people aren't going to join your team because you are not going to build up integrity. This is only the third company that I've been with in 20 years. I think I've built up that integrity, and I had somebody that got in touch with me because somebody that's been that was a customer of mine 20 years ago. Actually, Dan just went over. He's doing some renovations for them now, and then they actually recommend somebody else to come to me. If they wanted to get into business, they should come and see Becky because I'm going to be able to lead them. I'm not going anywhere. So yeah, getting the honey in the funnel, you got to do whatever you got to do. And I mean, the system will help you to find the leads, but be patient. And start doing some stuff. Video is the most, if you're using Facebook, video is the most powerful thing on there. It's going to get a far wider reach than just putting a funny post or sharing somebody else's content. Just get out of your own way. Don't worry about what you look like. Just do it, and do what I do. I just do it and I post it without even looking at it. I don't look at anything anymore. I post it, and sometimes I'll see some mistakes on it, but it doesn't really matter. So I posted this one. It was 1 minute and 20 seconds long yesterday. Just about how I was looking for people around the world, telling them a little bit about my experience. Use my experience. If you don't have an experience yet, you can fully well do that. Don't worry. Share stories. That's what you are as a storyteller. And I've had responses from people that I don't even know. I'm really excited about this one gal that's gotten in touch with me from South Africa, because I'd love to build a team in South Africa and be able to go over there. So make yourself a vision board. Get some goals out there for yourself. Don't worry about setting goals and telling people, don't think, well, I'm not going to be able to hit that, and then I'm going to feel embarrassed. You know what? Most of the time, people aren't really paying that much attention to what you're doing anyways, because they're so worried about what they look like that they're not having the time. And goals are just goals. They're just set there to have something to reach for. It would be like throwing darts and never having a dartboard. How do you know if you've won or not? You don't even know if you got close to the bullseye, so that you can not clock yourself, but keep yourself accountable in that. So my urge for you this week, what I would like you all to do, if I'm allowed to be bold enough to say that, is make a video and just post it. Don't record over and over and over again. It just gets worse. The more you do, it gets worse. That video that I did, I'm telling you the God's honest truth, swear on my heart, When I did that video for Instantly Ageless, it was one take. That was it. I uploaded it and off it went. People identify with that. You're going to be able to inspire so many people. Your vibe is your tribe. So go out there and just do it. Just do something. Just do it. And we're looking forward to, if you're going to conference, we look forward to seeing you there. I wish you were coming, Ellen. I wish you were coming, Sandie. But we'll be going to the next one.
Thank you.
All right. Thank you, guys. I got
and we will be in Toronto for the next one.
Yes, we will. Absolutely.
So, just to touch upon what Becky was saying. Oh, you might want to turn your mic off just in case.
Yeah, there we go.
So the best tool you have to promote your business is you. And everyone prefers, I know myself, when I see Becky on video and see you guys posting your videos, to me that makes it really personal. And so if you can use you and your life and your experiences and your stories to draw someone into your business, it's so worth it. So thank you again, Becky. I look forward to watching and seeing everybody's new videos that will be coming out. And we hope you have an amazing time in Orlando, and I can't wait to see all the photos. So my next lovely guest is my beautiful Sapphire. Her name is Amy Chason, and she's going to do a product spotlight. And I think this evening she's going to be talking about a few of the Zen Body products, because not only does she use them, she loves them. Welcome, Amy.
Hi, Sandie. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, great. Thank you once again for inviting me to the Hangout. Unfortunately, last week I was sick and I did miss it, but my Pearl Jody was on. She did an amazing job, so I just wanted to do a little shout out to her. The products. Last week, Laura spoke of the Zen, and she did the Zen Pro, I believe it was. Now, the Zen for me at first wasn't... Actually, I hadn't tried it for the first while. Of course, the Instantly Ageless was my favorite product at the time because I'm a professional at it, so they say. And then I decided to try out some other products. I did try the Reserve. I tried the VitaCell. And then I thought, okay, I need to try the Zen, because I'm a true believer in you cannot sell a product if you haven't tried the product yourself. So I had quit smoking actually about 2 years prior, and I put on about 15, 20 pounds. So I thought, what better now than to try the Zen products? So my first go at it, I'm terrible for remembering to take pills and taking anything. So I unsuccessfully, about 2 weeks after I tried it, I fell off of the Zen wagon. But I did start again. So about, I would say about 3.5 weeks ago or so, I ordered the Zen Pro, the Zen Shape, and the Zen Fit. And I have been taking them regularly. And I love them. They are so, so fabulous. They fit into my daily routine just perfect, because I am busy. I have 2 children. My husband works away. I'm on the go. I don't always have time to make meals, and I don't always have time for long walks or exercise or anything like that. You get tired out, and I'm one for, I like to have naps sometimes through the day when I'm not busy. You guys probably think I'm a sleepaholic. I'm always sleeping. So I really enjoy. So the one I want to talk to you about today, actually, where Laura did the Pro last week, I just kind of thought that it would be a good idea to stay on the Zen products maybe for the next, just to get them finished, so we're not skipping from product to product. So the one that I wanted to talk about tonight is the Zen Fit. And that's this here, and these are our amino acids. Can you see those, Sandie?
Yep.
Yep. Okay, perfect. So the Zen Fit what these are, they're little packets. They're little powder packets, and these are your amino acids here. So what amino acids are, what they do to your body, basically, is they help with muscle recovery and your digestion, like, of your proteins. So I find these really helpful because I did start working out quite heavily a couple of weeks ago. So for me, I do weightlifting. So it's really good for my muscles. I find that when I take these, and I do take them about twice a day, that I don't have that pain, that tear in your tissue that you feel after working out daily. I find these really help. What they also do is they're a fat burner. So, you know, like, as your, I don't want to get into the science of it all because I'd be here all night. But what they do basically is they heighten your brain's sensitivity to leptin. So what leptin is, it's a hormone that tells your brain when you're full, basically. So what we tend to do, especially as we get older, is we eat and eat and we eat, and you know, we crave sugars and we never feel full. For some of us, not all of us. For me, I do. So I find the Zen, what it really does is it diminishes those cravings for me. I take them before, if I'm going to have a carbohydrates, if I'm going to have a pasta or something like that, I always make sure to take my Zen before I eat that. And I find myself, my portions are smaller now. My mood, totally, I wake up now, jump out of bed, I'm on the go. I love it. I feel like I have way more energy. There's two different flavors of these. There's the watermelon and the fruit punch. I like the watermelon. That's my favorite. And what I find about them, they are quite sweet, but I find that they make me crave water for the rest of the day. And I normally don't drink a lot of water, which is not a good thing. And I find now that I constantly want water, and I need water, and I love to drink water. I don't crave sugars or anything else, pop, nothing like that, just water. So it's great for me because I'm rehydrating. You get 30 packets of these in a box. I take 2 a day. You put them in. I take my water bottle. I just dump it in, give it a good shake, and drink. So for me, I love them. It's probably, the Zen is probably my favorite. This is the box here for them. And the good thing about them, there's only 6 calories in one pack. So, very minimal. So, other than that, I think that's about it. I don't know if you want me to save the rest of the Zen product for someone you're bringing on next week, perhaps.
Or you can do them. You can come on the next show, Amy, and finish up.
Oh, thank you.
I want to thank you all for being on our Google Hangout today. And I've learned so much from each one of you guys. So thank you, and good night, and God bless. And we will chat really soon. I can't wait to be on your show, Ellen. Good night, Jet Setters.
Good night.